Welcome, join us as we explore the mystical insights of the Blood Moon Oracle, revealing profound guidance for your journey ahead. Thank you for watching.
Okay, Libra, we are back. Welcome, Libra, to Blood Moon Oracle. As we're taking a look at the Lion's portal. And during this the Lion's Gateway portal, it looks like, let's see here. This is a time where things may be intensified in different ways for these signs. And so we're going to take a look and see how it may affect the sign of Libra. I hope you guys are well today. Thank you for stopping by. It's always a pleasure to read for you. Libra, I must say, is one of my favorite signs. My Libra clan shows me much love, and so welcome. Like, share, comment, subscribe if you feel led to do so. Let's take a look, okay? I did shuffle my cards for the sake of time and for, in courtesy of not having the loud shuffling banging in your ears. So let's take a look for Libra, this Lion Portal Gateway energy. What does that bring for Libra in 2025 with this intense energy? Whoa. Ooh. So it flipped upside down. We have the Seven of Wands, but it's coming in reverse for you, Libra. Coming in reverse. So the Seven of Wands is usually an energy to guard, to protect yourself, to set good boundaries. And so being that it's coming in reverse, I don't know if you have been a little bit trusting lately, and you're stepping out of that vulnerable energy, or this could be the Seven of Wands. I never get this card in reverse. This could be opening yourself up. So if you're not coming out of a vulnerable energy, tightening up your boundaries, then it's you stepping and opening up your boundaries. This might be a time to relax your boundaries. It's kind of like what I'm feeling here for the energy coming in. Let me see. Clarify the Seven of Wands. Yeah, it's asking you to relax during this time. So if you've been super vigilant about being really protective and assertive about your boundaries, this might be a time to just kind of relax. And I'm also hearing you don't have to respond to everything. You don't have to, it's not what they call you, it's what you answer to. You don't have to respond to everything, is what I'm hearing, Libra. Sometimes just lay back and relax. This is almost like not exerting yourself towards something that, if this could be something that doesn't really need your attention or your response. This was like putting that energy towards something coming up in the future where you're going to need that energy instead of wasting it on something that's irrelevant. And so you laying back, just kind of not feeling like you have to protect or respond to everything during this time. So being that is the case, this is a time where you may feel highly sensitive to information, Libra. You may feel highly sensitive to things and privy to information that you may not, you may not be supposed to know this information, right? But you're going to know it. For some reason, this information will be shown to you. You'll be open to receive it, but it's just to know. It's not necessarily for you to act on it, is what I hear Spirit saying. This may be more along the lines of how you can be better equipped to deal with a situation, not necessarily to act on it. This is just information that you'll be receiving, okay? Even if it's about you. I feel like Spirit is saying not to worry here, not to be defensive or aggressive, but just hang back. Okay. I'm just going to get a little more information for you, Libra. What is this? What is the basis of this energy? This may be something to do with work, some place where you work that you do, people that you work with. This could be how you're being viewed at work. You could be doing a really good job at the top of your game when it comes to what you do, and people having their eye on you for some reason. And along with eyes, you already know when you have a lot of attention, then that many times comes with a lot of opinions, right? And so let's keep going though for Libra here. What else during this time? I do feel like you are in a bit of a solitary energy right now, very independent, very taken care of. I feel like you are very fulfilled and equipped, not really worried about your needs. Everything is taken care of and very protected. Very protected. So right now on your mind, you are just worrying about putting yourself in a position of independence. I don't feel like you're thinking of a lot of things or people. You are working towards your own independence right now. That's what you're thinking about. Let's see what else comes out for you. The Knight of Pentacles. And the Ace of Wands. And so there's definitely some new energy coming in here, some new clarity, maybe some truth that's coming out in the future about something that you were offered in the past. There's still some information that's coming in that's going to be clarified during this time. And this may be around work, some type of work that you do or did. There's still some more information that's going to come out. It may settle the situation and further let you know that this is not something to get all riled up about, right? Whatever this information is may come in and allow you to be a little bit at ease in some type of way. But there's some form of truth, there's some information that's coming towards you during this Lion's portal, okay? And what is this truth for Libra? We're just going to delve in for you, okay? About why someone moved away. Why someone moved away from something that they believe to be drama, chaotic, and someone may have separated themselves in some type of way. Some information is going to come forward about this during this Lionsgate portal. You're going to receive more information here. This could have been a partner, a love mate. It doesn't have to be. This could just be someone very close to you. And there's some form of support that you receive. There's some victory that you're heading towards that you will be able to experience. I feel like Spirit wants you to celebrate. There's something that you need to celebrate. And I feel like it could even be about you wanting your own independence and kind of arriving at certain small little accomplishments along the way. It feels like there's some level of celebration that is around you right now as you're setting this up for yourself. You're being successful. And so this could just be support coming in and let you know to keep moving forward. Whatever this is that's hazy in the background, this information that's going to come out to clarify, it doesn't have a lot to do with you. I feel like it has more to do with something else that's going to be irrelevant. And so it almost is like this is a time for you to focus on your manifestation, right? This energy right now, this high vibrational energy. Spirit wants you to stay in that energy, right? Don't respond to things that can pull you out of character or to take your focus off of this independence you're manifesting, right? This may even be a time for you to open and hear the other person's side, to just be receptive and open to listen, right? Not listen to respond, but listen to understand. There's some truth that's going to come towards you here that's going to give you some form of clarity, okay? Yeah. Aside from that, let's see, what energy are you in right now, Libra? In Empress energy, in Temperance energy, I feel like you're not really frustrated about this. You could just be patiently sitting back, not really bothered either way. And Spirit is saying that's a good energy to be in, an unbothered energy. Let's see here. What else for Libra? There is some decision. I feel like you're trying to decide. The Two of Wands comes out, letting you know that there's two different things that you have been deliberating. Something's been on your mind when it comes to you getting to where it is that you want to be. You could be being faced with two different major decisions right now that you're considering. That may be what you need to focus on, not the conflict. And so you are in the right energy. Let's see, the outcome is the Seven of Pentacles. You putting time, effort, pouring your resources towards your future. And so this may be a time to start saving. Whatever this is that you're deciding, whatever this independence represents, it requires money, resources. It requires a bit of commitment to yourself. And so I feel like Spirit is just really saying that the focus right now is really on self. You aiming and pouring your energy and your resources towards the future. I feel like, and this is all about manifesting a certain outcome that you are hoping for, that you're working for. Okay, for Libra. And being that this is a very highly viable energy for manifesting, this could be a time to implement rituals. And when I say rituals, I just mean routines that are going to support what it is that you're working toward. So it could be, in essence, like getting up and spending a certain amount of time visualizing. This could be you sitting down, spending a certain amount of time writing and explaining in detail what your expectations are. This could be you spending a certain amount of time taking some type of instruction or classes that's going to equip you for what you need to secure this outcome, right? There's something about pouring your resources, your energy, your time into this future that you see for yourself with the Nine of Pentacles. Because whatever it is, it's yours. The Nine of Pentacles says that you have it. You can have it, right? That you're able to manifest, that you have all of the resources, all of the energy and the skills necessary to procure this future. It's yours if you want it. And not necessarily even having to depend on anyone else either. The Nine of Pentacles is a very independent energy. And I feel like that says a lot about where you want to be. You want to be in a position where you don't have to ask. I mean, it's okay to be able to receive assistance, but to be in a position where you don't have to depend or lean on anyone else, that's a beautiful place to be. And there's nothing wrong with that at all. Spirit is saying this is doable. It has a lot to do with you committing to yourself and your work, being very specific and conscious of what you are sowing into with the Seven of Pentacles, and job comes out. So when I look at, and then resting tree for your oracle cards, but when I look at your astrological cards, I have Aries, which brings in this very strong, determined energy. You could be someone who has Aries in your chart. There could be an Aries that's significant to you, Libra. But this is you asserting your willpower. This is all about you recognizing that you have it in you to do it. You have the strength, the stamina, the wherewithal, you have the smarts, the intellect to do this. And there's something about you knowing that you can do this, and you wanting to do it and needing to do it your own way, and being willing to do whatever is necessary here. This is all about willpower. I also have the first house coming out. So there's something about your identity, Libra, that's coming out here. Something about your identity in the first house, aligning. There's something about knowing who you are, or digging in to actually be open to discover more about who you are. I feel like this is talking about some need to align who you are with your desires. And that's going to be a huge piece of this puzzle that you're working on, you knowing who you are. Yeah. Because there's something about how you see yourself, and you realizing who you are, that's going to empower you, and really remind you, if you already know, or help you to understand if you're just learning, who you are and how powerful you are. And the fact that you are able to accomplish this on your own with the Nine of Pentacles, you and Spirit. And then I also have Jupiter too, which is bringing in this energy of the Nine of Pentacles, you receiving this wish, this desire, and it being favored and blessed from the alignment. And so this is a time with Jupiter where you are very fortunate and lucky. And whatever it is that you desire is being granted. Part of that is you knowing who you are, though. There's something about that here. There's something about you expanding and growing in your identity right now in this energy. And the need to think in terms of positivity around that too. Now the resting tree comes out, and I think Leo got this as well. And this is all about you having patience and learning the art of stillness. And the whole purpose behind the resting tree and the art of stillness is getting still enough to hear and to listen and to get instruction or direction or revelation, right? In order to hear, sometimes we have to learn how to be still and be quiet and be patient. And so there's something about meditation, something also about, doing rituals, establishing rituals around, and it could be beneficial around you getting to know yourself and listening to yourself and practicing trusting, yourself more and what you're hearing and what you want, because this is all about you and your independence and you doing it your way. This has to be done your way. This is being established your way, okay? And lastly, we have job. There's something about work. Again, Three of Pentacles came out, the Seven of Pentacles, Nine of Pentacles. There's something about work here. And when we look at job for your dream card, you could be having these energies play out in your job, on your job, something that you do, I feel like is very important. And there's something about you really connecting with what you do, because this card, the oracle for this card is talking about being connected with your job, whatever it is that you do, so much that you love it. And it's a part of who you are, right? So there's something about that that's connecting to you really delving in and identifying and acknowledging who you are, that may be aligning you in realizing that you are right where you're supposed to be and that you are empowered in that place when you are positioned where you're supposed to be and you find yourself loving what you do and doing exactly what you love. And so there's something about you discovering more of who you are that taps you and aligns you with what you've been called to do, what you're doing for work, possibly. You may already be aligned with this energy. And if for some reason you are having visions or you're hearing these downloads and messages talking to you about your job, this may be tapping into this energy to help you to process how you're feeling, your thoughts, any challenges that you're having around work. Because this energy of the Lion's Portal is really assisting us in breaking through anything that has held us in place, anything that has presented any challenges. It's helping us to break through that energy. And it could be even wrapping up unfinished business as well. There's something here about work that's very important, and you aligning with your identity. So there may be changes happening around work. There may be challenges that you're experiencing with work, but it's all working out because it's bringing you more closer to you understanding and being able to stand in your true identity, Libra. Okay. What you're learning right now is to trust yourself and to understand better how to reach this place of where you want to be, independent, however that plays out for you. Learning to better trust yourself and who you are and aligning with that, even as it pertains to the work that you do. There's something playing out here on the job. You finding out more information that's going to help you decipher and, really bring in or accept information that's going to help you integrate into more of yourself. It is heavy manifesting energy. There's something that you desire to experience or see yourself in a certain position that has to do with you being independent. But there's also a high level of learning and being anchored more into who you are, being anchored into yourself. And if you've yet to do that, for some of you, that's discovering that. But it's in relation to your job. What you do is very significant right now during this Lionsgate portal. Okay. Stillness is important. Getting still so you can hear. Okay. All right. And the energies are very favored for you. Libra is actually generally a very lucky sign anyway. But right now, the energies are favoring you very highly, Libra. And so again, this is a perfect time to go after what it is that you desire for yourself. Perfect time to manifest. So get out those tablets, start getting clear on what it is that you want to see, and start working this energy. Okay, you have till like the middle of August. I think it's the 12th. But yeah, and even if it's just taking 5 minutes a day just to sit still and visualize, that's manifestation work too. Okay. All right. If that resonates, let me know. Let me know how it's working out with the job, what that means for you. Share with us if you feel led, okay, Libra? And I hope it works out for you. All right. Like, share, comment, subscribe if you feel led, and we'll see you next time on Blood Moon Oracle. Okay. Bye. All right. Gemini, you are next. How you doing, Gemini? Welcome to Blood Moon Oracle. As we are taking a look at the Lionsgate portal and the energy around that portal, how it will play out for Gemini, some things that may be helpful to be aware of, how you can best utilize that energy, depending on what's happening for you during this time. So like, share, comment, Gemini, if you feel led to do so. If you have not subscribed yet, I invite you to do so. Consider this your invitation. And if you feel led, if you're just subscribing, feel free to hit the bell so you'll be notified in case we go live in the future here, okay? Gemini, let's take a look at these energies for you. Now for you, Gemini, when we take a look at the Lionsgate portal, we're looking at the energy, how it's going to affect you. There's going to be like an enhancement with your creativity. So you may feel a heightened energy around your creativity. You may feel like your creative juices are flowing more openly. For you, you may also find doors that are opening, opportunities opening up to you. You may feel a little bit of a divine timing at play for you as things are opening up. And then for you, you could also be experiencing a lot more mental clarity coming through for you around certain subjects that may have been foggy recently. Cards are falling. Let's see here. So I'm going to go ahead and I did shuffle my cards for the sake of time. We're going to go ahead and lay out the tarot for you to take a look at the energy coming towards you during the Lionsgate portal. And this is energy for Gemini, Lionsgate portal 2025. Let's take a look here. All right, we have Libra energy coming out here with the Empress. So there's something about very creative, flowy energy that's coming out for you, Gemini. Like I said, this time of the Lionsgate portal for you may show up with this very exaggerated energy with your creativity. You may find that your ability to visualize is like on 10. You may even have a hard time shutting it off. But this energy of creativity, you may in fact find opportunities to birth new things. You may find a desire showing up, something you've been thinking about for a while, and you feel that extra nudge or that extra push or a sense of urgency to do it now. This creative energy is coming out for you. I feel like it's showing up like that. It's urging you to move now, to create in this energy. Yep. 8 of Wands comes in to support it. This energy is, I feel like it is going to assist you in that because what would normally take maybe like 2 or 3 months to get off the ground, you can actually do that in 8 days, 8 hours, right? This is accelerated energy. This energy of the Lionsgate portal for you is going to accelerate the time of something. The time that it would normally take to do something or create something is being expedited. This could also be the energy that it usually would take to create it is actually being increased. It's almost like a dynamic energy that you'll be operating in during this Lionsgate portal as well. And then I have the 5 of Wands. Now, mixed in with this energy are all kinds of distractions. Probably with those visions and those nudges, those ideas are going to be mixed in with distractions, maybe even conflict, maybe even some form of something trying to come in and pull your attention away, like some kind of emergency, right? That attempts to pull you away from the urgency of this moment to take advantage of the energy, right? There's going to be lots of things that try to come in and redirect that energy. But this may in fact be you not allowing that to happen. As I'm looking at her, she is very much focused, even though things are flying all around her. She's very focused on what she wants to pour her energy into. Even though things feel a little bit violent, like it's violently vying at the energy, she's very focused and content. There's something about there being a lot of energy too. And so if it's not conflict, it could just come through as overwhelmed with the 5 of Wands too. There being so much energy. It's like, this is a lot. What do I do with all of this? There's so much potential. It's hard to choose any one, thing, any one avenue to grab hold of. And so that's something to be aware of too. That is one of the things to watch out for. Hopefully you did tune into the initial introduction of this video, what Lionsgate portal is. It is a explosion of energy that'll be available to utilize in different ways. One of the challenges around this explosion of energy is the fact that some people may experience overwhelm because of the heightened state, right, of creativity that you'll be in, or the heightened state of energy coming at you. There's the challenge of staying grounded to be able to utilize the energy or tap in, right? This feels like overwhelm for some. This may be how you're viewing it. You're not sure what to do with it. It's just so much, right? But some of the things to help balance that out would be like doing grounded exercises to keep your mind grounded with your heart, doing things that keep you balanced. I do see the Kundalini rising. So for some of you, this may come through as a energetic upgrade. You may view this as an energetic upgrade, right? And so I do feel like there's a bit of overwhelm. This could also be you just having a lot to do right now. It's like, why would this happen right now? I don't really have time to focus on this because I have so many other things going on. The Spirit is basically saying it's available if you're able to make time for it, right? This is powerful energy, Gemini. So I would suggest to make time for it. All right, let's take a look. Something about creating something. Four of Pentacles from the past. This may have been something that you have attempted to save up for or to prepare for in the past. The Four of Pentacles is kind of a restrictive energy. And so there's something about not being able to fully pursue or embrace or pass through this portal, these types of opportunities. This could be a specific opportunity from the past that comes back around. The opportunity arises again to cross over. Let's see. This could be something that you've been preparing for a long time. And you have gone through great lengths to prepare for this. Because the Four of Pentacles talks about sacrifices made to, bring these opportunities to you, to have these doors opened. But let's see here. I dropped some cards. And because I'm so talented with my toes, I'm able to pick them up like little fingers. All right, let's see. Two more. Da-da-da-da. All right. Now that I've done my footwork, carry on, shall we? So that's in the past. Let's take a look here at what's coming towards you. And I have the Two of Wands. So definitely some decisions, some opportunities, a crossroad. I do feel like there's going to be specific choices at hand. And it's either you're going to go, one way or the other. There's going to be a crossroads that you come to where you're going to have to make a specific decision coming up here in the future. Let's just be nosy. What is the Two of Wands for Gemini? What is this decision energy? What is this crossroads? So I have Temperance and the Queen of Wands. So there's something that you've been working on with the Temperance. I can't help, what's drawing my energy is my attention is the energy of alchemizing. Temperance is working. So you've been working on something for a while, it's almost like trying to find the right recipe, the right frequency, the right ingredient, the right mix. You've been working on something. But then there's also something else that's very alluring. It's not what you've been working on, but it holds a sense of value as well. And so whatever the decisions are, I do get a sense that there's going to be a decision of choosing something that you've committed to up to this point. For some time in the past, you've given a certain amount of attention to a manifestation of bringing something to pass for yourself. But then there's something else that arises that's actually valuable as well. And they both seem like they are beneficial, maybe in different ways. However, they both will offer some quality, some benefit. One will be offering some position of protection. And it may be something, whatever this one choice is going to place you in a position of being viewed kind of like highly, but very protected, very attractive. The other one is going to be very balanced. And it's almost like one has very beautiful outward benefits, and then the other one has very beautiful inward benefits. They're both good. It just depends on like which one is important for you at the time of choice. Yeah. For some reason, this feels like something that has been prolonged for a while, and you have refused to choose because there's some part of working on yourself and making sure you stay balanced and grounded and really resolve some things within yourself, found some answers. And so you refuse to make a specific choice, even though the choices offered were possibly very interesting, possibly gave very interesting opportunities. There's something about not making a choice and staying in place for balance, for inward growth. But there's something coming now that may, in fact, offer something for you to step outside of that energy, but it's going to be up to you. Okay. Take a look here. Because it's time to move forward now. I feel like you'll be guided to make a choice, to move forward, whichever way that is. It's just time to move. And this will be clarity that you receive during this time, that it's time to move. It's time to take action. You've been watching, and now it's time to decide. It's time to take action, Gemini, towards the thing that you are looking to create. Okay. Yeah. I feel like you step into an energy of knowing yourself more than you ever have before. And that makes your ability to move forward easier because you have this clarity. This is part of the energy that's being intensified during this Lionsgate 2. There may be just this crystal clarion, this crystal clear energy that you're feeling. It's almost like you are going to know without a shadow of a doubt who you are, which is going to align with your next move, your next best decision. It's clear. Three of Pentacles. That's going to include I feel like there's something about your connections that says a lot about the energy that you're in right now. This could be work groups. This could be your place of employment, what you do for work. There's something very rewarding about that. And you feeling like possibly even having breakthroughs at work right now because of this energy too. Being motivated to do things when it comes to work, right? That's that Empress energy and that Eight of Wands is highly motivated. Right now you feel like working, whatever that is flowing. You're in your element. And so this Lionsgate portal places you in such an alignment, like everything is just going to really flow. And whatever held you back, the Nine of Swords, I feel like you will see them no longer as restrictions or things to worry about, but there's going to be the clarity around the way around these things that you have worried about. Instead of looking at it as a block, you're going to see the way through. You're going to see behind that, behind the veil, and there's going to be some clarity around what was lying behind the veil the whole time, your way out. And if for nothing else, this is going to be your motivation more than ever to push past that block, that restriction, that worry, that anxiety. Like this is your motivation to get past that because you can see what's on the other side, what's always been on the other side. Let's go ahead and pull some astrology for you. Yeah, motivation on 10 when it comes to your creativity right now, Gemini, and your motivation. For some of you, you'll be pulling stuff off the shelf. You get the nudge. So I have the moon coming out for you, Scorpio. So you could have Scorpio in your chart. You could be connected with the Scorpio. And then I have the 5th house, which is all about, this is about your being able to have a sense of fulfillment, a sense of fun and romance and creativity. Like this is that Empress energy, being in that element of flow, right? And enjoying it. And doing it dramatically, like you enjoy it. But this is all around the power of what you love. What you love. You love. There's something here that's coming up. These opportunities opening up for you is your ability and your opportunity to enter into this element of life that is going to be so very satisfying for you. And it's going to give you an opportunity to bet on yourself. Yeah. This is your time. The 5th house. It's all about your creation, your creative energy. And then Scorpio coming out is you being able to really plead for that. There's some amount of communication with your higher power, whatever that is for you, whatever the source is for you, Gemini, there's some pleading that you've done that's being answered here during this Lion's portal. There was some submission that this was born from. And this could have been a prayer that you threw up in your lowest time of life. And you're going to be able to see the fruit of that prayer. There's something about this that's going to remind you of when you asked for this, right? Because there's some measure with this power, the power in pleading and asking and connecting and making your requests and your needs known. There's something about understanding the power of that, reaching out, and you being able to see the span of being at your lowest and being at your highest, and knowing and being aware and conscious between those two dynamics of life that you've experienced is coming out with Scorpio. But you maintaining a very beautiful level of control between those two extremes, at your highest and your lowest. Like you still exuded this extraordinary connection with source, with your source. There's a level of commitment that comes through with Scorpio. And then with the moon, this is I feel like this comes across at a very emotional time. One of the things also to be aware of is that with the heightened energy and the heightened senses, this may be an emotional time for people. And so you may find yourself feeling like you're on a roller coaster with your emotions. This is a time to care for that part of yourself. I feel like Spirit would not want you to hide it, but this is a time to let those things come up, because it may be a time where things that have been hidden or stuffed down are being brought up so that they can be released. There's a lot of hidden energy, a lot of shadow energy that will surface with the moon here, but you're being called to nurture yourself and to allow with the moon. Be curious. Ask, I wonder where that comes from. Instead of just saying, oh, that's not supposed to happen. I'm not supposed to be feeling that way. Well, you are. And why? Just why are you feeling that way, Gemini? Ask the question. Look at how you're reacting and what was the cause of the reaction. And that allows you to take a moment to nurture yourself. This could be coming from childhood energies that are surfacing during this time. Doesn't have to be, but it could be. Okay. This is a time to be to advocate for yourself, to yourself. Okay. Because sometimes we can be our worst enemies and our biggest critics and our biggest block, right? But when these emotions come up, I feel like Spirit wants you to feel it. Be curious about it. Allow it to rise up so that you can be cleansed of it, okay? And sometimes the feelings are teaching us how to, or teaching us something, how to express, or how to allow ourselves to connect, or how to help ourselves to accept something, right? And so there's something to be curious about the emotions that will rise during this time with the moon, okay? And then for your oracle, I got the Diamond Dreamer. The Diamond Dreamer. And so there's something about you, Gemini, that's speaking to your dream, what you dream of, what you desire to experience in life. And it could be around material wealth. And even more than that, it could be around true prosperity or wanting to experience abundance, which means just this energy of being able to see and partake in the overflow in every area of life. If you can experience it, then you can have abundance emotionally, physically, spiritually, financially, you know, energetically, in every way that you can experience life, it is possible to be abundant. And so I feel like the Diamond Dreamer talks about your desire. You are someone that wants to experience wealth or true prosperity, which takes you above and beyond just the material dynamics of things. But Diamond Dreamer, the fact that we're talking about a diamond, that means that there was a before. Before the diamond was subjected to great amounts of pressure and heat, it was just a piece of coal. It was something different. Going back to that Scorpio energy, the aspects of your lowest and your highest comes out here. There's something about being submitted and conscious, and therefore being able to submit and be aware and to be submitted to both. There's a word I'm thinking of, it's not coming up. Give reverence. That's what I'm trying to say. There's something about being able to give reverence to the before, right? And the after, right? And the word diamond for me is bringing out that type of energy. It says that you didn't wake up like this. Though you're experiencing it now, or you will, there was a process that got you here, right? And that process included a lot of pressure. When you think of the process from taking a lump of coal to a diamond, first it's time, pressure, heat, energy, right? So there's a lot that happened to transcend from one state to another. And one could not have happened without the other. So both of them are equally important. And so there's something about that. You could be someone that wants to experience, that's a dream that you have, is to experience a certain level in life, to experience a certain dream that you have of being, of becoming, right? Now, when we look at your oracle card, when it comes to the dream energy you're tapping into, we have chase. The word chase comes out, and it's almost like a storm. If the storm was about to head into like a tornado type of weather, this would be like that energy. The energy's moving, the different elements of the weather coming together to create these circumstances. And chase is all about facing and embracing the person in the mirror, okay? The person in the mirror, facing and embracing that person. And this is all about understanding that that is unavoidable, okay? So when we look at chase from a perspective of the message coming through, this could be all about reconnection, reconnecting. And we look at the energy of chasing or being chased, right? It could be either or. This could talk about or signify a belief about needing to do something, needing to extend some part of yourself. There's something that may have been forgotten when it comes to position, right? One of the things that I love when it comes to just challenges of interaction. And sometimes we're not always the hunted, right? It's important to realize sometimes you are the hunter, right? I think as women, especially, we need to realize that because so many times we so easily place ourselves in victim mode. Sometimes that's not true. It's just not, right? If we take a real good look, sometimes we are the hunter, not the hunted. It's all about how we look at things. There's something coming out about this. And so it's all about how you're looking at things. It's all about our perspective. And depending on that perspective, that's going to place us in one position or the other. Either we're being hunted or we are hunting our power. Okay? Either we're being hunted or we are hunting our power. And so this might be kind of like a shake for someone out there in Gemini world to awaken from this thrill of some type of hunt or chase. And this might be a shake to stand still and allow the energy, whatever it is that you're disowning about that process, allow it to be revealed, kind of like puzzle pieces, or allow it to be reintegrated. Whatever that aspect of that process you might be kind of rejecting, or maybe you've forgotten, or you just don't see yourself in that energy, there's something about reintegrating that back into place. There's something about that dynamic coming out here and providing place for it, whatever it is. There's something about a chase. It could be about you going after your dream so hard, or maybe waiting on something to come find you, and for some, we don't wait. We swim out to the ship. We're not gonna wait for the ship to come, because what if it don't ever come? And so sometimes we got to swim out to the ship. I'm not saying that that's what you need to do, but there's something about this dynamic of chasing versus being chased, sitting and waiting, that needs to be examined here. Interestingly, the Empress comes out, and the Empress does not chase, right? The Empress sits in waiting position to be chased. And so that's very interesting that comes out. And so there may be a need to, I'll let you discern that, what that means for you. But there could be a need to sit back and not allow yourself to chase, allow it to come to you. Now, on the other end, it could be you understanding when it's time to integrate another energy into your experience. If you are used to, and if you have this firm belief that you don't have to chase, you just sit back, there may be something about needing to take action, but that's going to be different for everybody. So I'm going to let you discern what that means for you. But there's something about facing and embracing the person in the mirror, what that means for you, however this comes across for you. I have no better belief than to understand that whoever these messages are meant for, they resonate already. And so you already know what that means, okay? And so there's something about the process here during the Lionsgate. It's talking about the energies, right? It's talking about these different polarities of energies with you, Gemini, being examined, right, during this time, and possibly being open to balance that out in some type of way. And so that's what I'm getting. It does have an element of you being faced with certain energies and being open to receive those energies and accept them. Even be curious about them, what caused them, why you're reacting a certain way, and then positioning yourself to nurture yourself through these situations or these energies and taking a look at the process. Because there's something being created with the Empress here. And we could also identify that as the Emperor, two different energies, but there's something about something being created or maintained in that process actually opening up here during this Lionsgate portal and flowing much easier. As a matter of fact, it's going to flow so easy. Your challenge may be about asserting energies in the right place, because there's going to be such an abundance of energy. It's going to be, you actually asserting that energy in the right place and choosing the right energy to operate in. I feel like will be the challenge. But there's some experience that you have asked, right? With Diamond Dreamer, there's some experience that you want to have. And I do feel like it is that energy is here for you during the Lionsgate portal, okay? Part of that is you taking a real good look at your process, taking a look at yourself and embracing the person that you find in the mirror, okay? That's what I have for you, Gemini. Thank you, thank you. If you need to, go back and take a listen again. And like, share, comment, subscribe if you feel led to do so. This is for you, Gemini. Until next time, thank you so much for stopping by. It's always a pleasure reading for you, and I appreciate you. All right. Thank you, Gemini. I'll talk to you next time. Bye. Who do we have next? We have Aquarius. All right. All right, it's going to be a hard one to follow after all of that dynamic energy with Gemini, but we don't do it, Aquarius, okay? All right, Aquarius. All right, Aquarius, you are up next. And so, like, share, comment. Welcome to Blood Moon Oracle. We're taking a look tonight at the energies coming in for the Lionsgate portal, which is an intensifying of energy coming through to shift what is currently in place. I feel like this is all about repositioning, evolving, whether that's personal, it could be collective, but we're going to see how that's affecting you. Along with this shift, there is opportunity to jump into the vortex and manifest, heal, align, whatever it is that you're looking to do. There's an opportunity to jump in and take advantage of the energies. So if you are just stopping by for the first time, feel free to subscribe. If you find yourself subscribing, go ahead and hit that like button for me. Let's take a look at what's coming out for you, Aquarius. Ooh, we have the Three of Swords coming out here. Could talk about moving away from heartbreak. It could talk about healing past wounds. It could talk about transmuting energy, right? That was meant to destroy you into something more profitable. Let's see. Go ahead and clarify the Three of Swords. How is this energy useful for Aquarius during the Lionsgate portal? So the Lionsgate portal is also going to bring up energies that have been limiting. And so this could be a way also to address stagnant energy, to bring in endings that need to happen. Why is the Three of Swords here? And to understand your power in this situation, I feel like whatever this heartbreak is, this could be heartbreak that you are delivering. With the Queen of Wands, you may in fact be choosing yourself during this time that may in fact put someone else in this energy. If this is you in the Three of Swords energy, this could be as a result of someone who you look up to, someone who you admire, someone who you are extremely attracted to. Let's take a look here. There's something about an Aries. And you could work with this person. This could be concerning work. Another three. Yeah, so there's something about relations here. Disappointments around relations. It could be work relationships. It doesn't have to be. It could be work and love for some of you, but there's something about that that's on your mind. This could possibly be needing to resolve some relationship issues so that you can have a sustainable work environment. This could be someone that is excellent at what they do. There's some type of conflict here, though. Let's see here. So something about the job, about the work, about project collaboration that's happening here. And in the past, it's showing up in the Ten of Pentacles. And so it showed up very positive in the past, very promising in the past. There was something that was very put together and solid as we look at the past, whatever this is, that was being built or worked. Yeah. I keep dropping cards. And then we have the Eight of Wands for the future. And so there's something that's moving very quickly as you move forward in the future. What is this Eight of Wands for the future? Truth and maturity. Truth. This could be the maturing of the company, the maturing, someone's energy maturing, someone stepping into a more like independent energy when it comes to work, receiving some information that's going to help you to become more mature here quickly. This could also be receiving some type of guidance or help from someone older to help you actually move forward quicker. So there's some forward movement that's going to be accelerated with some information given or some information received here. Something will grow or excel here. And justice comes out. And I feel like this is talking about something that is right. It's rightly due. Whatever's happening here is something that possibly is something that you worked for, something that you have demonstrated you're able to maintain or carry with a sense of integrity. Justice is really like, yeah, doing things right, more of that, continue forward on that path. It can only work for you with this kind of energy. It's really a high level energy that's supporting you, making sure that things actually work out in your best interest. Even if they have not up to this point, it's saying we haven't forgotten. Things are still going to pan out the way that they should be. Whether that's if you're owed something that you didn't get, you will get it. Things will be balanced out here because justice is on your side. So I don't know if there's just this heartbreak, this disappointment, maybe around things not panning out the way they should have. I do see a lot of growth moving forward during this Lionsgate portal. There may be some things that happen during the Lionsgate portal, some information that's given. Someone may step in to assist. Whatever that is going to have a huge ramification on the business, on the job, on what's happening here. It's going to speed things along. And maybe even bring things back into the right perspective, back into balance if they are unbalanced. It may bring the ball into your court where you get to make decisions that are significant for how you move forward here. The Two of Pentacles talks about choices. Maybe even being very busy here. You could find yourself doing lots of things at once, multitasking, different jobs, having to compensate for some reason in one way or the other right now. But you will reap the harvest with the Seven of Pentacles. This is talking about energy, resources that has been sown, and almost like a nest egg type of energy. So it hasn't been lost, but this is energy that you have sowed that you will be able to reap the harvest from them. And so you get the benefit of the work that you've done, whatever that is. If that's what this disappointment is about, that's what this is talking about. Things panning out equally when it's all said and done. Things moving forward here very quickly as well. And that may be kind of balancing things out here. There's some information. There may be someone entering in to help balance things out, bring things back into perspective. There's some disappointment that happened between you and someone else, I feel like. And either they have a problem with you because you are so highly competent and functional. Maybe there was a little bit of jealousy there, or maybe something wasn't done fairly. Maybe someone was promoted and they weren't as qualified as you, something like that. But there's something around justice coming in, like things will be made, they will be made right here. There's information coming in that's very significant during Lionsgate portal. There may be downloads coming straight from spirit, right? Giving you ideas on ways to navigate this situation quickly. You may be being directed towards certain people that are a bit more aged and experienced with what you're going through. So when I pulled out the astrology energy, I have Mercury. Mercury brings in the need to be aware of what you're thinking, the need to be aware of the words. The abundance of words sometimes does not bring the situations that we want. And so before speaking the words, Mercury is guiding you to be aware of what's ruminating before it actually is turned into speech. Something about communication coming out here and the need to really pay attention. This could be communication coming towards you that you need to examine and to trust yourself. This may be a time not to be really heart-led, but to be analytical. Be on your P's and Q's. This may even be a time to be logging every interaction, right? Emails that have been sent and received, text messages. This is a time to start gathering receipts and evidence, right? This is a very analytical energy that Mercury is bringing in here. There is some information that will be guided towards you with the Ace of Swords. Maybe it's saying that you need to retain that information that's coming in and capture it for your records. I do have Gemini, which is Mercury energy. Again, I don't know if you're dealing with the Gemini. You could be, but this is all about communication. Gemini brings in more of that Mercurian energy, talking about information, being able to communicate effectively. And paying attention to information and information that you may not want to be known, right? Paying attention to the availability of information here. Yeah. And then we also have Leo as well. There's something about you needing to be very confident right now. Believe in yourself. Believe in your ability to create. And this might be a time where you have the opportunity to take risks. The Lionsgate portal, there is opportunities and doors being opened. And so this is being courageous and allowing yourself to take risks during this time. You never know what's on the other side of that. You may even walk in saying, well, I may not get it, but I just want the opportunity of going after it, right? Releasing the outcome, but really taking advantage of the opportunity. You never know what will happen. There's something about being courageous right now. There's something very impressive about you. That's what I got from the Queen of Wands and the Three of Pentacles. This is almost like there's something about what you do, Aquarius, and how you do it. You have all eyes on you. That may be what initiated whatever this Three of Swords is, this disappointment, this jealousy, this competition, something that ended in disappointment for you or someone else. There's something very impressive about your skills, about what you do, about how you work. And I see someone being like within a group dynamic, and your results when you do something far outshines the rest. There's like no comparison with this Leo energy. Your work stands out above the rest. When it comes to your level of going above and beyond, you demonstrate leadership, you demonstrate a high level of creativity with the Queen of Wands, and you do it very gracefully. Whereas everyone else, their motivation, I feel like, could be to please. You actually do it from a very intrinsic place. It's like an outflow of who you are, your creativity. And so that's the difference. And that's what may be causing this conflict. This may be around the workplace. And there may be something that happened that was unfair that kind of set you back. Well, Spirit is making that right. Part of that is you getting opportunities here. Spirit wants you to be ready and willing to step out of your comfort zone, to step into doors that are open for you. Whether you feel like it's, it's something that you can do or not, there's something about taking a chance on yourself and believing in yourself, okay? So you got the eyes of beauty. And there's something about clarity being given during this time and you allowing yourself to look at things positively. You having a positive expectation here because it is going to turn out in your favor. But it's all about how you're seeing it. There may be some need to release any energy of being offended or taking offense or being unforgiven, but allow yourself to see a positive outcome here because you are in very fortunate energy. You got lottery here. You may be chosen out of a group of very qualified people. There's some opportunity that Spirit is guiding you to take that's going to come up during this Lionsgate, or it's going to result from it. And that is going to be an opportunity that may, in fact, position you above, your competition, those that are currently on your level. There's some with this 8 of Wands, I almost feel like there's something, an opportunity, some information, some connection you're going to have that's going to escalate your position. And it's almost like Spirit is going to be balancing something out that wasn't done right in the past. And so Spirit is saying this is an opportunity being guided directly towards you. You are being guided to an opportunity and to bet on yourself. Okay. So it's important that you be in courageous energy, believing in yourself very highly during this Lionsgate. And even if you don't even feel like the opportunity is for you, do it anyway, because you're not seeing possibly something that has been set up for you to win during this opportunity. Okay. There's something here about something being set up specifically for you. Yeah. And you being ushered towards something that's actually going to end up being a winning season for you. That's going to lead you to some type of windfall or some type of wish fulfillment in regards to something that you have been dreaming about. Yeah. And so whatever opportunities come towards you, take them. Okay. And then make sure that you are looking at things from a positive perspective. Make sure you're looking at them and seeing a positive outcome that's coming out here as well. It's almost like happiness attracting happiness. It's like bitterness attracts more bitterness. There's something about allowing yourself to look at things from a positive, happy place, perspective, because that's what you are attracting, okay, during this time. And you are in good luck right now, whether it's relationships, whether it's work. Spirit wants you to know that the energy is working for you. The energy is working for you. All you have to do is just make sure you're looking at things from a positive perspective, a positive outlook, and believe in yourself. Trust yourself. Yeah. Also listen to what you're saying too. The words you're communicating have a lot to do with how you're looking at things too. There's something very important about communication with Mercury and Gemini. Examining your thoughts, because that's the words are coming. The words that you speak are a product of what you're thinking. So before it even gets to your mouth, examine how you're thinking and how you're looking at things. Okay. So this energy for the Lionsgate portal, opening up doors for you, Aquarius, and a beautiful manifesting energy. Okay. Yeah. And you are smack dab right in the middle of it with all this beautiful, lucky energy. And things are being pivoted in your favor during this time. If there's anything that was done that was out of pocket or out of line, it's being realigned and it's being made right. Okay. And just know that you are on the right side of this equation. Okay. That's for you. Thank you, Aquarius, for stopping by. It has been Blood Moon Oracle with your reading. The energy showing up for Lionsgate Portal, definitely energy you can work with. All you have to do is stay positive, watch what you speak, trust yourself. Whatever opportunities present themselves, they may be opportunities hidden in disguise to give you the level up that you've been looking for, or the windfall. It may be a windfall in disguise. Come back and let me know. Okay. I'll talk to you next time. Make sure you like, share, comment, and subscribe if you feel led. Bye, Aquarius.